All right, gang, for our banded standing shoulder external rotation, I'm going to call this a breathing drill, but we can also do a little bit of a pales contraction, which I will kind of talk you through at the end here. So basically, high attachment point, grabbing a band. We're going to step out. Just because I'm facing away from you, I'm going to talk to you here first. But once I get in a position, I want to make sure I have a good stack of thorax on top of pelvis. Okay, so without losing any height, just big breath in. Exhale, let the lower ribs just naturally fall to your belt buckle. Okay, and then if you need to, you might need to get a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt just to kind of tuck the hips underneath ever so slightly. Nothing too excessive because I don't want you to round and again lose height. Okay, so just here you can also kind of go back and forth with your pelvis, end ranges, and then just kind of find neutral, and that could be your starting point as well. You want to try and maintain this as we go through this drill. Okay, so I kind of know that I'm going to probably step out somewhere where my heels, if you can see it, in line with this seam in my floor. You may not know, especially the first time doing this, so just, use two hands. And even because I know where I'm going, I'm still going to use two hands here just to protect the shoulder. It's easier to walk out kind of in this position here than it is to walk out like this, okay? So let's walk out together here. Again, I kind of know where my position is going to be, so heels there. Good stack of thorax on top of pelvis. I want to make sure you're not leaning forward. I kind of feel like I am kind of leaning a little bit more forward than I would like. You're going to try and be as straight up and down as possible. Obviously, the band is pulling you backwards, so a slight 5-degree bend I'm okay with. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to set up my arm. Now, setup for this is extremely important. As soon as you lose setup, you kind of lose the benefit of the drill. So you want to make sure that the elbow, falling over, you want to make sure the elbow is in line with the shoulder. You have a 90-degree angle here with the forearm and the bicep, or the upper arm. And then from here, when you're ready, I always kind of like to look, at least for the first repetition, look at my arm to make sure I'm in a good position when I go back. Breath in. I'm going to exhale and let the band win as I go into shoulder external rotation. Now the key here is not letting the elbow at any point in time drop, elevate, let the band pull it back, or go forward. You want to keep it right in line with the shoulder. And again, just let the band win, pull you back as far as you can. Keep the good stack of thorax on pelvis. When you get to end range, your thorax may want to start to creep up. Just try to keep it down. Maybe you saw that as I creeped up, watch my arm. It goes back further. So you might be like, oh, this is great. I have so much range of motion, but you really cheated it from your thorax. Okay, so breath in, get back to good stack. Again, just letting the band win. Hold this for a number of breaths that I give you in the training program. Like I mentioned at the start, we can also add a pales contraction here. And all that is basically just kind of bringing your forearm into internal rotation. Okay, that would be like something like that. Okay, you may not get as far as I got. That's totally fine. As long as you're pushing into the band, hold that for like a 5 count or a 10 count. Probably 10 is best. And then exhale and let the band win. And you might notice you get a little bit more range of motion. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. You're going to hold for 10 count, pushing forward. Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let the band win, keeping the elbow exactly where it's at. And then when you're finished, just bring this hand here or just rotate your body just so you don't stress the shoulder anymore. Guys, that is your banded standing shoulder external rotation. We'll call it a breathing drill.